This world is so strange. The fewer gaps people have, the higher their status. A 90-year-old disabled man was taking a bus, and suddenly a young man with 2 gaps appeared in front of him. The old man was so scared that he stood up immediately and gave up his seat like a dog. Looking at the couple in front of him, the boyfriend has 3 gaps on his body, and he can only take all the luggage, while the woman can live freely. And Xiaowen was born with 3 gaps. Looking at the gap level cup in front of him, the highest status is the one without gaps. Looking at the 3 big gaps on his body, he couldn't help but sigh. However, when he picked up a can that day, the gears of fate began to turn. Through the can, he actually came to another world, and a magnificent castle without gaps appeared in front of him. In order to find out the situation, he carefully knocked on the city gate. After a while, the city gate was actually opened, and what came into view was a king without any gaps on his body. Seeing that someone finally came to his castle, the prince showed an evil smile. He came to Xiaowen and gave Xiaowen the missing piece of his body, and then Xiaowen left the castle with satisfaction. Little did he know that this was the beginning of Xiaowen's nightmare. Not within a few days, he fantasized about becoming a person with only one missing piece, so he came to the castle again. This time, he pulled out the missing piece of the king without hesitation, installed it on himself, and left again. But once a person has a desire, it is difficult to stop. In order to fill the gap in his body, he came to the castle again and filled the king's last missing piece on himself. While he was still immersed in desire, the king had quietly left the castle, but the city gate was permanently locked.